I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and a great New Year. So I'm just gonna try to give a quick update while I have a chance. I am in my garage, so excuse me for the background. My son is sleeping, but we were struggling with choosing embryos. We have 3 mosaic embryos, which are all girls, and we have 2 boy embryos, which are of great quality. I, of course, wanted a girl, but after taking everything into consideration, we have decided to just move forward with one of the healthy boy embryos. Uh, the cost of traveling back and forth, and obviously just everything that it takes to do IVF, and I just want to try to make the smart choice and what's the best choice that will hopefully bring us home a healthy baby. And so for that reason, we have chosen to use one of the healthy boy embryos. It does make me a little bit sad because I feel like I want the girls to have a chance, and we're probably gonna be done after this. I said that before after my son, but I can't imagine having any more children if this does in fact work and we get to bring home a healthy baby. So there's that. The other update was that I had to be put on levothyroxine for managing my thyroid levels, which I'm really frustrated about. I originally, with my first IVF cycle, had to be put on levothyroxine because my levels were borderline. They're not bad for an average person, but for pregnancy they weren't good. When I started with this clinic, they stated that that had changed and that my levels were within normal range. Because everything worked perfectly with my first cycle, I wanted to kind of do the same thing. I just wanted to feel safe and be put on the levothyroxine. They weren't willing to do that. And then in December, they stated that this new year that the levels had dropped again and that their requirements have changed, and based on that, my thyroid levels was too high. So I had to hurry up and start the medication, which thankfully is fine because we're not ready to transfer just yet. But it was just really frustrating. I'm like, had you guys just let me start the medication when I wanted to and prescribed it to me, I could have had it in my system for 2 months. I go back at the end of this month to make sure my levels are all good, and we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure it only takes about a month. Hopefully, we'll see. The other update is I am going to Portland next week to have my sonohistogram, and if everything looks good, as soon as I am ready, I get to stop birth control. I have been on it for 2 months or this is going to be my 2nd month, just because I wanted to have more control over my cycle. So again, as soon as I'm ready, we get to stop the birth control as long as this next test looks good. And a lot of you have asked me a few questions, but I'm pretty much going to be updating occasionally on YouTube. On Instagram, I do update pretty regularly, so if on that day of my testing next week, I will probably be making stories. So if you are interested in following along, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I will link my handle down below, but if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask me, and again, I will update periodically. It's very challenging to try to make time to make these videos, but I hope you guys all have a wonderful week, and I will just keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and hopefully everything looks good and we can start to prepare for our frozen embryo transfer.